Aries, this is your second reading for May 2021. But again, the messages can always find you and resonate at any time. We are still celebrating Aries season, even though we have started Taurus season now. The Fool card shows for you. Again, this just kept coming up as I was shuffling and meditating with the deck, getting ready for your second reading, Aries. Okay. So I was trying to decide, is this going to be a career reading, a love reading, etc. And I think I will stop trying to label the readings in general before I let the cards tell me what they are about, because they always do anyway. And I honestly feel they have been trying to prove that point to me in a sense, in some way, for a while. So they always are what they are, and this one seems to be about you feeling very much like yourself, comfortable in your own skin. Heading toward your destiny. The Wheel of Fortune card is why I said that word, and what jumped out again just as I did so. Okay. 10 of Wands is on the table as well. So you might be connecting with, identifying with the sign of Aries for any reason as this reading finds you. As these messages resonate. In the past position, you have the Moon card. Can be Piscean energy here. The Lover's card shows up as a piece of advice. The Hierophant in reverse is in the future position. So many of you find yourself facing a brand new task, a brand new path. And you're sort of ready to be fooled. You know, you are playing the fool, feeling the fool, in that you are Son of Wands. In that you are the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. You certainly are in the Fool energy, in that you are bringing innocence to your current situation, and subsequently some naivete. You've never done this thing, or never in this way before. And embarking on this path means going a way that you didn't plan. You weren't headed that direction before you encountered this opportunity, maybe this person. And it's concerning a contractual agreement, and maybe that's literal and you know exactly how that applies, but very likely we're talking about divine, karmic, cosmic contracts in your higher mind, when your ego is quiet, when your fears are quieted, and your crowning thoughts, your higher self knows this is your destiny, but you are afraid. You are afraid because in the past you have encountered situations like this, similar at least in ways to this new beginning. This feeling of foolishness, again, naivete. And you're afraid that playing the fool will also mean being fooled. As you have been in the past, things in this type of situation weren't what they seemed. Something in Pisces season, or maybe involving a Piscean energy. Who really had, or maybe still has, a hold on you. For some of you, you know, it's some sort of old life cycle of yours. It's between you, and it's some sort of old life cycle that you're not done repeating. You haven't untangled it. You haven't figured it out. There's definitely a message here that your destiny, your calling, your fate doesn't need you to untangle it or that for yourself, for it to unfold. You're running into something, many of you, that is to be revealed to you, and you're sticking on a cycle as if it's your riddle to solve and to untangle. And that's, I think, why it feels like such a burden and looks like such a mess. You're too close to the situation. Your human brain that loves to solve puzzles wants this riddle to belong to it. And in a sense it does, but it's your life, your mystery to be lived and to be revealed, not necessarily your part of the puzzle to solve. You've got some pieces in the right place. You've got enough of the pieces in the right place that as you move forward, as you leap forward, the picture will start to come together, but you need to leap forward. And it feels so risky without some of these mysteries revealed to you about yourself, about someone else, about the path forward in general. And so we might see in the future, because of this hesitation, this fear, a lack of commitment, lack of direction, lack of I want to say divine discipline. Which I want to describe as the type of discipline that doesn't feel disciplinary. It doesn't feel strict or rigid, unyielding. And not because it isn't by nature, but because of the willing and joyful, if you will, experience that the experiencer is having with their practice of discipline. If you follow that, if that makes sense to you. If not, leave it, because I'm going to. Let's get an additional message on that Hierophant that's in reverse in the future. You're trying to carry too much with you. You know, you need to take off, you need to take flight, you need to take a risk, and you're trying to carry so much with you. Like I said, you have enough of the pieces. With the Ten of Wands, we are often seeing someone completing a spiritual journey. Is it creative? Yeah. That they need to complete on their own, and that can be why it is such a burden. We are seeing the Lover's card for a second time now on the bottom of the Shadowscapes tarot deck as well. Gemini energy could definitely be here. Taurus, Pisces, Aries, of course. And then we have air signs, fire signs. So yeah, that's why this completion of a cycle or end of a journey can be so burdensome, because it is a task one has to often complete on their own. And so that often looks messy, that often looks like a task that doesn't get completed the way that one hoped or thought it might. Gets completed with more breaks than one thought it might require, on a different timetable, and maybe just in general just not completely finished, just a matter of doing the best we can with what we've got to work with, right? And again, with the Destiny card, with the Fate and Destiny card, the Wheel of Fortune card here, it's telling you that this mess has a purpose. Parts of it will be untangled at just the right moment, in just the right way, for reasons that you simply cannot know about yet. And the Queen of Swords, I didn't show you, is the additional message that came out with the Hierophant. So I think as you complete a burdensome task or cycle in order to leap forward into some new beginning, again, maybe with someone else, but certainly on a brand new path, you have to decide what you cannot, whom you cannot, what you cannot carry with you. Because what we see moving forward is a lack of direction, and maybe because of a lack of connected to a lack of commitment. But I don't think it is for want of which direction to go. maybe some information, some downloads possibly from the divine are being blocked. But it really just might be a lack of commitment to this new path that leaves you looking like you don't know which direction to head because you're not heading in your direction. But really, it's not that you don't know, it's that you think you have to carry too much with you and you can't take flight that way. It might be relevant here that, you know, you're just getting started. You do have this innocence of yes, purity and curiosity, but also, one more time, naivete. You just can't carry that much at this time, and you're not meant to. You're not meant to. And, you know, the Queen of Swords is the energy coming through here. I think this is coming through here because this is the energy that can help you past this roadblock. It requires some severity. It requires keen insight, a logical assessment. Unapologetic, unashamed. Discernment at whatever and whomever is heavy that you are trying to take with you into the next chapter of your life, really. You have to be honest with yourself and you have to be honest with them. Does this weigh too much? Is it literally holding you back? The difference between you moving forward and not. And I would definitely guess that so much of the hesitation for you, Aries, here is because of fearing that on some level, whether you consciously realize this or not, fearing that you will not make, might not make connections that take the place of the ones that you need to release. Because we have the Son of Wands as the other piece of advice, indicating that you will be attracting like-minded individuals and kindred spirits, that you are mystic energy speeding toward enlightenment. And a part of that journey is often spending time alone, finding one's self, and finding oneself on one's own for some time before connecting with, magnetizing to, and with attracting even the individuals who are on the same frequency, on the same wavelength. Again, there's a reason for this mess. There's a reason for this burden. There's a reason, multiple reasons why you actually need that time period first. And even if you are embarking on this path alone, energetically, it's as if someone who will be with you on that path eventually is already with you. At least one someone, with both Lovers cards showing up. It is an energy connected to this contract that we talked about. It is a path that in major ways is defined by this contract with at least one other energy who, you know, again, if they're not present with you yet, they certainly will be, and it's as if their energy is already here. That might be pulling you down this path. That might be something you sense. That might be what has suggested this path to you, to begin with. This a thought of them, maybe a dream or a daydream of them, thinking back to your first reading that we did, the other recording, Aries, and looking a little differently at the moon here in the past position where that Page of Cups was, I believe, in the other reading. The thing is, you know, on an intuitive level, again, in your crowning thoughts, your higher mind, but really your intuition, your gut, your instincts know that this is your destiny. You do already know that yourself. And I think you knew that before the reading, and I think that means you're just really, really not willing to let go of whom or whatever has to be cut out because you can't carry the weight with you. They may very well have everything to do with the energy of the moon card showing up in the past position. It may have been a Libra that had a hold on you, as we said. So some of you can sense that this is some sort of new divine or karmic contract. And I said cosmic before, that keeps wanting to come back to me now. And in the past, you had that sense about a journey you embarked on, and it seemed mysterious, and you were enticed and enchanted and excited to see divinity reveal itself in the distortion of the situation. And when the hammer of justice fell and the karma was actually served, you were shocked, surprised, hurt, embarrassed. It was an unexpected determination for you. Consequence, probably, for you in some way. Maybe for someone else involved, but with real emotional and mental repercussions for you, at least. And so, you know, you may sense that this is the same type of situation in terms of the opportunities, the luck, the good fortune, the path revealing itself and unfolding before you is again mysterious and so quite tempting, and does feel that it's meant for you and fated for you and belongs to you and going to take you somewhere that you can't quite define, make out in the distance yet, right? Queen of Wands' energy is also here in the bottom of the deck now. Fiery women. Fiery women may have had something to do with this distorted karmic energy and justice here in the past. fiery and so harsh, and you're mirroring that energy in your future, and that may be something else that you are trying to resist, Aries, is being that harsh, being that hammer of justice to someone else in a different but similar situation, not wanting to serve that same type of justice that you were met with, maybe not wanting to be that cold, be that harsh, having felt the effects of that yourself. And it's not quite the same. With the Queen of Swords showing up, I can say that it is probably literally the reason why you are able to execute the detachments that are going to be necessary to move forward, because you have been through them before. You felt that pain, endured that type of severance or cord cutting, if it's that extreme. You have seen the laws of nature in action, felt the repercussions and the growth and benefits thereafter, somewhere down the line, seen the whole cycle, connected very much with why that brutality is necessary on every level, not just physically in nature for some, but also in emotional and mental ways when it comes to parting ways, when it is for our survival. So, we are not doing an extended for this extra second reading, Aries, because I am just getting started with them this month, really. I've only done a couple so far, so you do have an extended for that first reading. It did seem like they could be connected. If you are looking for an extension to this reading, you need only connect with me and talk to me about that, and that would still be possible as a personal reading. Options for personal readings are down below, as well as the link to donate. And if you donate this month, throughout the rest of April, Taurus season, or just throughout the rest of May 2021, I am doing free readings for anyone who donates during this time period, just as a thank you for all of the donations I've received already, and as you know, a spring gift, a Taurus season gift. That's my birthday season, so it seems like the timing is finally right to get that done. So that's already been happening throughout April. I've made the announcement a few times, but only in a few specific readings. So to those of you, again, who have already donated, you will get your readings in Taurus season. If you haven't donated yet, if you do that toward the end of Taurus season, toward the end of May, the month of May, just be sure to be patient for a couple of weeks, I'm sure. And I think that is everything. There will be extendeds for all of the other May readings. Not for Capricorn's additional love reading. I think it will probably be a love reading. Not for Taurus's additional reading that they will get, just for everyone's first monthly general reading this month, and then I will see about doing extras in the coming months. So before I let you go, I will say that the Queen of Wands has the Three of Swords here underneath of her. I'm seeing you creating. I'm seeing this path forward being about you creating something that you can share. And maybe we're just talking about a new version of you, your future, your life, and this heartbreak just being a step toward that. Just being a necessary part of that creation. So with that, Aries, I love you, and there will be more messages here for you very soon.